Okay, so everybody, welcome to session 0 of Pokemon Master Training. I'm your friendly neighborhood DM. You may call me Izzy. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing and terrible. Clearly. So first things first, I did want to make sure everybody is okay with the image that I have provided you with, yes? Okay. Good. It's Roll20. You should already have access, so... Oh, I forgot to put on my new DM shirt. I know. I was saving it especially for tonight. So, everybody take a look at their characters. And I'll go change. I thought it was kind of funny. Kenzie is also the one who can literally kick all of your asses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Alright, so. Alright. Oh, don't you guys worry. Questions will be answered, or maybe they won't be. Maybe not tonight. Okay, so I was actually going to start session 0 off with a quick overview of the scenario, but I think I should get into expectations since that's where we're starting. So, real quick, everybody, I'm planning to have this be a weekly game. Every week, same Poke time, same Poke place. I don't like the every other week thing. I think consistency is the spice of life. I hope that works for everybody. Yeah. We're all friends here. Please, open communication for anything. If there's something that's going on that you don't quite like how I'm handling, shoot me a PM. Talk to me afterwards. This entire game and how this system is built is all about collaborative storytelling more so than most others. It's very story-driven, and it's very much do what you want to do. I love the concentric circle, guys. I wish you all the different colors so I knew who was doing it. I know it's at least... It's Wex and Sean, I think. Now it's everybody! 3 can play at this game. More, yes! Okay, so continuing on with expectations, guys. Real quick, I'm planning on this being about 10 sessions long. Now, I know from experience, stuff I do tends to run longer than what I expect. I tried to incorporate that into this number. But if you guys are having a blast doing something, I don't want to cut you guys short. So if you're like in an RP moment doing something, I'm not going to scurry the plot along and cut that off. 4 of you were in my Kingdom Hearts game. You know my DM style. I kind of give you free reign to do whatever you want, including potentially ignoring the main overarching villain until the final session and then just curb stomping him for no he will. So, yes. Look. Yeah, no, I get it. He was as unimportant to that fight as he was to the game. Yeah. You guys aren't in control of Dynamaxing. Your trainer is, and we'll get to that. Yes. Dynamaxing. Yes, they will be available, but those are specifically based off of your level of bond with your trainer. And again, we'll get into this later. You assume I'm pulling stuff just from game lore. Yeah. All right. So Kenzie, Laura, you guys have never played a game that I have run, but you both have played games alongside with me. So you can kind of guess my style. I'm pretty sure. All right. Okay. So I do want to let you guys know throughout the course of this game, you guys are going to have about as much autonomy as Pikachu does. And much like Pikachu, you are going to be stuck to your trainer. But you will be able to, roam around a bit more than he does. But where Timmy goes, you guys are all going to kind of be going. And as a point of that, before I officially call Session 1, we are going to have some in-game stuff happening in Session 0 as setup to get you all together. I'm warning you now, it is going to be a little bit railroady, but it kind of needs to be there. Because for those of you who forgot, I am trying to give you guys a slight intrigue pseudo-mystery game. So if you all look in your Google Docs, there is a shared document folder that all of you can take notes in, or you can use Discord, or whatever you want. Normally, I'm the note taker. Just saying, if you want, might be a good idea. Fair. No, of course not. Speaking of not learning from your experiences, the last thing I want to state is this is a happy-go-lucky, Pokemon world, right? Okay, so from what you guys gave me during backstory and character creation, I just want you to be aware, this is a freshly painted world. Everything is going to be bright and shiny. And the only reason it is freshly painted is to hide the incurring rot underneath. Some of you guys gave me really dark things to work with. And I love that, but I want to make sure everybody at the table is aware that at some point, and it might happen very suddenly with a offhanded comment, things are going to get dark. None of you are responsible for all of it, but if I had to break up your group into 3 teams, it would be, Team Sad Lad, Team Good Boy, and Team Problem Child. Yeah, Team Good Boy are the ones who gave me the darkest stuff. So, Kenzie, go reread what you sent me. There is an underlying thing you gave me, which I'm just like, oh dear! Yes, you did. Okay. Yes, in character, that's perfectly fine. Be happy-go-lucky in character. Out of character, you know what you did! Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no. I've read through a couple of fun Pokedex entries for more inspiration on this game after I've gotten what you all gave me. And oh dear God, this world is terrifying. No, I did, but I didn't realize how some of the newer ones worked. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I going to say next? Right. Quick synopsis of the game. This is a new system. It's a new system for pretty much everybody. It just came out as I was feeding you guys the docs to build your characters. So, again, this is mostly a story-based game. That's how the system is set up, but there will be dice rolls because it's a tabletop game. And I just want to go over really quickly how everything works. First off, this works on a thing called the gyro system. Gyro stands for green, yellow, red, and out. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Yep. So for dice. Anyway, first off, gyro system. Green, yellow, red. If you guys look, at some point, I'm going to be putting dots like these, if you take a look at the Growlithe, on a NPC character to indicate the status of the scene. Now, there's two statuses you need to worry about in the gyro system. There is your personal health, and then there is the scene status. You have access to whatever abilities and within that color, and you must use the status die, which correlates to your health from that color. Does everybody have their sheets opened? Okay, so Kenzie, when do you hit yellow? What's your yellow status die number? Okay, so if the status of the environment, the situation is still green, and you hit 23 HP, you now have access to all of your yellow abilities, in addition to your green. Quick example of this. Wex, let's say you're at 40 HP, Kenzie, you're at 20, and Nick, let's say you're at 5. So by health, Wex is in green, Kenzie is in yellow, and Nick is in red. Let's say the environment ticks from green to yellow. What that means is Wex, even though he's got green health, can now use both green and yellow abilities because the environment is lower than his health. Kenzie can use yellow and green because health and environment match, and Nick, as the Haunter, can use red, yellow, and green because his health bar is lower. Whichever gives you access to more abilities is the status die you use. However, you always roll the status die that is lower. So once we hit yellow, either from HP or a scenario, you have to roll that die from your health pool as your status die. Does that make sense? Okay. That's probably the most complicated thing for this first bit. The rest of your dice are going to be consistent of your powers and your qualities. Whenever I ask you to make a dice roll, what you have to do is you have to explain what you want to do, and then we determine, okay, it makes sense for it to be this power and this quality. By default, if you have nothing better to roll, you can phrase what you're doing in such a way that your background quality, that D8 that you all got to make up, so Wex, in your case, bitterness, you should be able to describe that with any given power, and that should be your default roll. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that goes for everybody. That background die should be, in a way, your default. Just play up your character. You designed your character to have that quality as part of their background, part of their core. And you'll always have that as a result. Sorry, work just texted again. Yeah. If there's ever you want to try to do something that you are not skilled in, qualities always represent skills that you have learned. Powers are things that are innately unique to you as a Pokemon. If you want to try to do something that you could not otherwise do, depending on what it is, I might allow it, but you'll be getting the worst possible roll, which is a D4. You might notice from your sheets, you guys don't even have D4s listed. That is the untrained, bottom of the barrel skill kind of thing. We'll get into your principles in a little bit. So, real quick, how combat works. Combat, each of you does 5 steps during combat. The hidden step 0, is you give a player heads up who you want to go after you. So everybody gets 1 turn in combat, but you guys choose the order. There is no initiative. So if I'm going first, I might say, Lore, I think Delibird's going to go after me. If you agree, Delibird is the second in the lineup. And then after you will get to pick who goes next. Just give that person a heads up so they can plan what they want to do. Then... Oh, what's up? Yeah. So, after you give someone... And again, it can just be as simple as a, hey, Sean, you want to go next? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Everybody has to go before the turn sets. And that includes all the enemies, all the NPCs, and the environment. Which means it very much is in your guys' hand who goes what and when. The only... Yeah, which would be you just telling me, you say, hey, Izzy, that enemy Rattata, the shiny one, is going next. Okay, and I might say all the enemies, all the Rattatas attack as a group. Because then it's in my court kind of thing. After you give that person a heads up, step 1 is describe what you want to do. So, Dan, you might say, okay, I want to freeze the ground and run up and tackle. So, like, think Exalted rules, guys. Give a little stunt, explain kind of what you want to do. After you give the description, we, take a look at it and say, okay, which one of the 6 actions is this? We'll go over those in a minute, but there are 5 basic actions you can take that are not associated with your abilities, or you can use one of your abilities, which are the colored powers that you have all named Pokemon moves. So, Kenzie, in your case, Fire Fang, Flamethrower, etc. For Nick, you've got, like, Lick and I think Nightshade in there. After you guys, we determine, like, what you're doing, if it's either going to be an ability or if it's going to be a basic action. We effectively build the dice you're using. So obviously your status isn't going to be changing from the beginning of your turn to the end of it. Most of your abilities specify which power or quality you need to use, one or the other, and then it's just a matter of associating one other thing with it. So if you have an ability that specifies it must use close combat, then you need to have a power to tag it along with. So it's either rolling strength, or rolling fire, or rolling flight, in addition to close combat. And you can represent those in different ways. So flight in close combat might be you fly up to something and do a flyby attack. Strength might be, you punch someone. Fire might be, you wreath your hand in flames and, you give somebody a backhand. You guys can describe it in any way you want as long as it just makes sense for what you want to do. Everybody with me so far? I swear this is as crunchy as we're getting. I swear. After you build your dice pool and you roll it, we check the result. Now, in a basic action, we always take the mid value. So if you roll, say, a d12, a d6, and a d8, let's say the 12 comes up as a 1, the 6 comes up as a 6, and the d8 comes up as a 4. The mid value would be that 4, because the value itself is, you know, the middle of the values. But even though it's not the middle, actually in that case it would be the mid die. Whatever. Correct. Now, some of your abilities change that. Like, one of you might say, perform an attack action using close combat and use your max die. In that case, you use the bigger value. We'll get into... But yeah, your abilities are pretty much self-explanatory. If you have any questions on those, please feel free to ask me. After we resolve the dice rolls and whatnot, whoever you had given the heads up to takes the handoff and it becomes their turn. And we do that until everybody has had a turn. Are there any questions about that? I'm going to take that silence as a no. Okay. So, next up, there are basic actions you guys can take which are not written down on your sheet, and there's 5 of them. Going them over very quickly, you roll your, dice pool, your status die of power and equality for all of these, and you'll always take your mid value. That's just how basic actions work. The first one is attack. Roll your 3 dice after you describe what you're doing. Mid value is damage dealt to your opponent. And it's always assumed that you guys hit and that they're trying to block. But that is the amount of damage that always goes through. Much like a Pokemon game, there's not a lot of miss chance. Normally it's just you hit, you're done kind of thing. The second time a basic action is called overcome. Again, 3 dice, and then you perform an overcome action. And based off of the mid value, you have varying stages of success and failure. An important thing to note about this system is that even if you roll poorly, you can still pass, but you will incur a twist, and it's your choice. So, for example, if you're, and if I'm not explaining well, overcome actions are kind of like skill checks. They're pretty much the bread and butter of this system. You roll them for pretty much everything. So, let's take an example here. Let's go with lore because Delibird's fun. Lore, let's say you pull out a present, you open it up, and you want to use whatever is inside. You want to pull out something useful for a situation. I might tell you to make an overcome action, so you roll your dice. In general, pretty much. So how the overcome works is if you roll a 0 or less, because there are penalties and bonuses that you guys can have. If you roll a 0 or less, utterly spectacular failure. It's just a critical failure. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Again, that's a 0 or less on dice, most of which have a 1 as their lowest number. So you need to have... you guys can have penalties, which I might give you, or if you are hindered in some way, and we'll get to that in a second, you might have to deduct 2 from your roll, or some number from your roll, and that can put you into negatives. So if you guys roll between a 1 and a 3, your action fails, or you, the player, can choose to make it succeed with a major twist. I'll get into twists in a bit, but what you need to know about twists is they do not take away from your success. They just make things more complicated. They drive the story forward, but it makes things harder for you down the line, usually in the rest of the scene. Some examples of major twists are you guys might lose, a crap ton of health from your action. You might end up hindering yourself. You might lose access to one or more of your qualities or powers. So, Wex, Tropius might lose the ability to fly for the rest of the scene. And then you'll have to, just stomp around. So you can't use any abilities or powers that specify flight. Exactly. It can also affect the environment by advancing the scene tracker, or more enemies show up, or something bad happened, you're just not sure what, but eventually it's going to come back to nip you in the butt. Yeah. And again, like, he doesn't even have legs. Creating a twist is... But now you're just a stump. Creating twists are collaborative. If anybody has a suggestion, ultimately I will tell you guys, okay, here's the final verdict, what the twist will be, and you guys will know what the twist is 9 times out of 10, unless it's a hidden twist. But I'll say, you can either fail or you can succeed, but this will happen. And you'll know, and it's your choice. And in situations like that, especially if it's an out-of-combat situation where you were doing an overcome, you're not going to get a chance to try to overcome the same thing. Like, if you're out of combat and you try to break down a door, you get one chance, you choose to fail, that's it. You can't break down that door anymore for some reason. It's phantom proof. We're not sure why. It just is. Yeah. 4 to 7 is the action succeeds, but I throw you guys a minor twist. Less bad, usually more fun, a little bit more gimmicky. Again, we talk about those as they come up. If you guys roll an 8 to an 11 on the overcome actions, your action succeeds. And if you get a 12 or higher, the action succeeds beyond expectations, which is awesome. The next 2 basic actions you guys can take are called Boost and Hinder. You guys roll your 3 dice, and based on the result, a modifier is created that affects the next action. So if you're doing it to yourself, you might give yourself a +1 or a +3 to your next thing. If you're trying to hit an enemy with a hinder, you might give them a -1 or a -4. The highest you can generate is a -4, or the lowest is obviously a 0 for both boost and hinders. The last type of action you guys can take is, if you don't want to take any of those actions in combat, you can choose to do an all-out defend. In which case, you roll your 3 dice, and you deduct the mid-value from the next damage you would take. But it's only the next damage. So if Nick is hit 3 times in a combat and he took a defend action, that first attack is what is reduced, and the other 2 attacks hit him as per normal. Everybody get that? Okay. Now, I'm going to take a moment here to explain real quick this thing called risky actions. Yeah. So, risky actions can only be done on basic actions. You can choose to take a minor twist, or if you already have a minor twist, it upgrades to a major. You can choose to take a risky action, which automatically gives you that twist, but it increases the potency of the ability you're doing. For example, if you're just attacking somebody with a basic attack, not your abilities, you can't use risky action on abilities. Basic attack, instead of using the mid die, you're going to use the max die, or you're going to hit 2 opponents instead of just 1. If you're hindering an opponent, you might also push them back, so they can't hit any of your allies until their next turn. If you're using a boost action, you might be boosting yourself, and you might also do damage equal to your min die to an opponent. So it's little extra side benefits. But, it comes at the cost of a twist. One risky action you guys can take is called Hit the Deck. When it is not your turn, you guys can choose to take a defend action. This counts as a reaction. Some of you might have abilities on your sheet. If you look, it's they're listed as A, I, or R. A are just action abilities. I are... Oh gosh, I can't remember what the I stands for. Innate, thank you. They're always around, so like Haunter being immune to, I don't know, psychic damage might be an innate thing. And then there's reaction. It's an if and then statement. If you are hit by damage, you may redirect that damage, or something along those lines. you may only use one reaction per turn. So if you have a bunch of reactions on your sheet, you can only pick one of them per turn. And hit the deck, which is the free defend action that comes with a twist, is a reaction. So you guys, it's like the one resource you kind of have to manage besides your HP. Everybody good on all that so far? Okay. Quick note about overcome actions. Everybody has two principles. You got to pick them freely. It's like the only, well, one of the two house rules I gave you for this game. Your overcome actions are the core to your character, your belief. And if you have a situation where you need to roll an overcome and that applies, you should always use your principle because it always lets you roll your max die. Okay? Not only that, but it awards everybody in the party 1 hero point. I'm glad you asked, Snover. At the end of every session, you guys convert all hero points you have into exclusive bonuses. What does that mean? Let's say at the end of this session, you guys have accumulated 4 hero points. You take those four points and you turn them into bonuses that you can use whenever you want, but they're one and done. There's two types of bonuses and penalties. They are exclusive and persistent. Exclusive effectively means if you have an exclusive bonus of any kind, you can't have any other exclusive bonuses on you. So it's kind of like, this is all you can have on you for this roll. Persistent means that it sticks with you. The bonus doesn't go away until something happens. Same thing with hindrances. If you have a bonus that is equal to a hindrance, they both cancel each other out and you lose both. But at the end of the session, if you got 4 hero points, you guys can make these bonuses. So Nick, you can take that 4 and you could say, I want 1 plus 4 bonus to a roll I'm going to have at some point, and that's going to be my bonus. Sean might say, that's cool, but I'm going to take 2 plus 2 bonuses that are exclusive that I will use at some point. And Dan might just take a plus 2 and 2 plus 1s. So you can split how you want those bonuses to apply. It can either be one really big bonus, or you can make a lot of little bonuses. But because they're exclusive, you can't stack them on top of each other for a roll. You also have to declare you're using your bonus before you make the roll. So the book specifies when the collection is over. They don't expire. You can hold on to them for as long as you want. I encourage you guys to use them, though, because that's what gets you it prevents failure or extreme failures, and it gives you guys that, chance for an amazing success. And also, you should be getting them fairly consistently. And if you just hoard them all until the end of the game, I'm not going to be making you guys roll a ton unless it's like a combat situation. So you might a bunch of them might just go to waste. I'm pretty sure that looks like all my notes as to what I wanted to tell you guys. Does anybody have any questions about the system? And I'm sorry for talking so long about it, but... Hell yes. Well, yes, so much that I can boost myself, I can boost myself again, I can boost myself again. If someone throws a -2 hinder on you, you lose 2 boost and the hinder goes away. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if there was an ability or something that broke that, but it did specify, like, if you are hindered and not boosted at all, you can choose to perform a boost action, and if the boost meets the hinder or exceeds it, they both just disappear. Which I thought was kind of weird, but I want to try to play as close to rules as possible. Yeah, inherent reactions. Okay. I think that's everything. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? And that's perfectly fine. I just want to say, like, I know that was a lot to digest, and I apologize, but again, this is a new system for me, and unless one of you has something to tell me, none of you have ever played in this system before either. Oh dear. Okay, well, would you say everything I said was more or less accurate? Yeah. Yeah. And again, that's really what this system encourages based off of how it's set up. It's all about the role play. Like, they try to keep the dice rolls as simplistic as possible, and the twists are not punishments. They're ways to sneak in, you know, either Easter eggs or plot elements that you guys might not otherwise have access to. And granted, at the time, it might be like, oh god, what the hell's going on? But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have a good time. You all going to have a good time? We're going to have a good time. All right. Last thing I want to specify to you guys, because I gave a lot of thought of it, this is my second house rule, which I'm springing on you right now, session 0, before we start. And what a dick. So Pokemon games have a, I guess, curse on them based off of system and whatnot, because there's no RPG has ever been able to successfully recreate everything you do in the game, and that's natural. It's not a video game anymore. It's a tabletop game. And the biggest thing with this is the type chart. I told everybody to have an ability, to name your abilities, Pokemon moves, and give them the typing. So again, Seismic Toss is a fighting type move, Ice Beam is an ice move, Razor Leaf is grass, etc. So no matter what happens, I'm going with anime logic here, in that Pikachu can in fact electrocute an Onix. It just takes some doing. How I want to represent this is if you guys are taking an action, either a basic action or an ability, and you have a type advantage, and I don't care if it's a ×2 or a ×4, if you just have an advantage, you guys get a free risky action on the ability or the action. So if you remember what I just said, a basic action you might be able to hit 2 people with. If you're using an ability, what that effectively boils down to is I'm upgrading your damage die. So instead of rolling your mid damage, you might roll max. If you're using an ability that rolls max damage, it becomes max plus min. That kind of stuff. Likewise, if you know the type is against you, I'm going to reverse that. So I'm gonna again, like, because of how the dice roll, it's swingy. Yeah. Yeah. So, is everybody ready to begin? Never be ready. Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I was once the champion. And I still am the champion, and I'm never going to give it up. And hopefully someday my useless son is going to follow in my footsteps. But we'll see what happens with that. Let me know when you're all on the new page. His... What? I didn't actually know who that was. All right, guys, I'll let you pick right now. If you don't want Zatch Bell, I could go get Taryn right now. Just... You'll find out later. Just to be clear, can everybody see the nameplates on these characters? Son of a bitch. How do I change that? I did go into each token. Damn it, I thought I was doing enable chat timestamps. I thought it was... Damn it, I thought I was really good at all my prep stuff. This sucks. Oh. Yeah. Which one? Which thing? Son of a bitch! Okay. I gotta do this for... No. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing after session. I know what I'm doing in between sessions now. Great. Sure. I haven't... Oh, God. Yeah, Wex, it's whatever you want. Oh, son of a bitch, I didn't do access for the notes either. I am just falling apart. I'll... Fair. Okay, so Share. You guys are ruining my perfectly crafted game. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, okay. Try that now. Try party notes now. I did get through the opening monologue. So these two are going to be talking up top. Just be like, are you sure he has to go now? I mean, he's such a special boy. I don't want to send him out into the world all by himself, unprotected. I mean, look what happened to... Well, you know. Oh, will you just shut up already? He's 10 years old. Every 10-year-old has to go out into the world and prove their worth. The only problem that we had with our other son was that he wandered off stupidly before he got his first Pokemon. He should have known better. Hold it. But are you sure he has to go today? Maybe we should postpone it a few years. I mean, after everything that's happened? No. Today is the day he's going to go, get his first Pokemon, and leave. If you want, on the table downstairs, I have left you my Pokemon with Fly. You can go visit him anywhere he goes in the Kanto region. Maybe he'll, make it to the Elite Four and have a chance to, face me. And then, he'll actually prove that he's a worthwhile son. Anyway, as this argument is going, and please imagine it to get even cringier as it goes on, I'm going to assume that little Timmy and his Growlithe Starfire are sitting in front of the TV watching news about the new up-and-coming Pokemon tournament that is being held in a new region that has previously been cut off from the world, called Lierto. And it is saying that only the best Pokemon trainers around are being invited there, as well as some new prospects, in the hopes to become the champion for the first time ever of this all-new region. Thank you, Dan. Yes, Pokemon are being told that there are Pokemon in the world. Speaking of which, Dan, you're trying to be helpful in the house, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, messy papers, on the table. I'm just going to say that, you're picking them up, throwing them into a waste paper basket, and then taking the trash out. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, Starfire, as you and little Timmy are watching, the news people are saying that they are going to be interviewing the person who has been designated as the champion, who will automatically get to the final round of the competition. Because everything that is going on in Lierto, the spearhead of the competition, is being run by this company known as Fleet Industries. Big up-and-coming company who has been doing a lot of stuff with mining and agriculture, and pretty much gotten their hands into literally everything. Think of them as Disney, but for everything that's not entertainment. Wow, Starfire, I really hope I'll be able to go to Lierto one day, and then maybe I'll become a champion. Just like Mom. What was that? He's going to, smile, run over, looking for a hug. She's literally going to push him away. Say, I don't have time for this. Come over, grab what remains of the papers on the table, stuff them into a bag, and leave. Ignore the Phantom Man in the corner. I could not... When did I say that? Yeah. So Jimmy is just going to come downstairs and say, oh, don't worry about her. So Timmy, are you ready to get your first Pokemon ever? And he's just going to be so excited. Yeah, I can't wait to get my first Pokemon. He's going to say as he pulls his Growlithe into a bear hug. I love how there's just silence there. Yep. All right, now Timmy, head on over to the professor. Oh, I could not hear you barking. Do you have the right mic coming through your speakers? A little. That's much better. Sorry. Isn't this great, Starfire? I'm gonna go and get my first Pokemon ever, and then I'll be able to be a real Pokemon trainer. So Jimmy, his dad, is going to be like, all right, little Timmy, head on out to the professor's and get your Pokemon, and we'll be rooting for you. Don't worry, I'll be checking up on you, every so often. And with that, he's just going to say, yay, and he's going to run out the door. And Jimmy's also going to go over here and pop the Pokemon out of this Pokeball. You have never seen him. You have never seen him. Jimmy's gonna come over and try to pet your head, Tropius. Like, it'll be okay. We've got to make sure that little Timmy stays safe. And then his eyes is going to gaze out the window. Yep. Yes. Jimmy's actually going to look outside and say, oh no, oh no, oh no! And he's going to go dashing out the door. Quick, follow me! So, yeah, I know. I will fix this later on. I'm literally just going to go... I have a tokens tab, which I will fix everything in after this session. I apologize for now. As new people show up, I will make their things show up. Actually, though... I know. So, little Timmy, for those of you who are watching, was about to go to the Pokemon Tower, and then he got distracted and started running up this way. And that's when... the tent. Which is when you lot are going to go chasing after him, because that's where the wild Pokemon are. Yep. Sure. Yep. Yep. He's gonna be like, Timmy, you need to, be careful. There's wild Pokemon out here. You need to get your first Pokemon ever before you go out here. And then suddenly a wild Phantom appeared. Timmy, be careful! You literally just flew down the mountain. He's a ghost Pokemon in a ghost town who's clearly after your good boy. He... Yes, you may. Okay, so for this, let's see what you've got. You want to make a knowledge check about a Pokemon. So you would be rolling your Pokemon Fanatic quality. Whichever one's higher, honestly. In your qualities. Yeah. So you don't have any powers that are worthwhile here, so you're going to get the D4 for that. So you're going to be rolling your status plus a D4 plus your Pokemon League Fanatic. Honestly, I would recommend just making macros of each of the different dice type. Okay, so, but it's still a 2, unfortunately. Unless you have an ability that's... Yeah. Yep, nope. Let's see, you rolled a 2? So, Sean, you can fail or you can succeed with a major twist. Oh, this is for knowing who this Tropius is. Okay, so... Yeah. So, Sean, here's what you get. Yeah. You are, in fact. You're just going to be rolling your min die. Oh dear! Okay, sure. He has a principle of rage. So that's for an overcome action. So this isn't so much going to be an attack so much as you tackle him to the ground. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Just roll it. Okay, so for your rage in this scenario, I believe for you... I need to actually pull up in all your sheets so I know what you've got. So for you... Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this is going to be bitterness plus strength plus your... Bitterness and strength. Plus your status. Oh, is that a 7? Nope. Again, you use your max for overcome, or for principles. 4. So, conveniently, you have succeeded, but with an automatic minor twist. Well, no. That's just 4 to 7 is you just get this. You don't have the option of failure. You do succeed. You just get the twist. Yeah, for this, because you're an old man trying to hit a ghost, I think it's just going to be like you're like literally body slamming him, and as you do, you like pull a tendon in your leg because you've been cooped up in a Pokeball for so long. Yep. Just lose HP equal to your min die, which in this case is 2. And... that is the only principle that was copied. So you're trying to help them up? Okay. I'm pretty sure, Dad, this is very much just a... Let's... You know what? I'm going to give this to you. You can roll fists plus I'm helping. Because why the hell not? Plus your status die. You always roll your status. Well, you're in green. For stuff like this, guys, you always assume you're at whatever your HP is. Maybe you... Nope. So, since this is a max die, because it's another overcome action, you got 5, which is... It succeeds, but with a minor twist. So, congratulations. You're trying to help the Tropius up. And just because this is where this session is going, you're also dealing damage to the Tropius. Because why the fuck? Another 2 damage. It's like, good job, you two! And then Jimmy is going to throw a Pokeball at the Phantom. Sean, you are now inside of a Pokeball. And then you get captured? Yes. Sure. So yeah, I'm going to say Timmy and Starfire are wandering over. And Jimmy is now going to give Timmy a stern talking to. He's saying, Timmy, you can't run out there without a Pokemon of your very own. I'm going to be so worried about you. You haven't even gotten your first Pokemon yet. Then he's just going to look around and say, here. He's going to hand you the Phantom Pokeball, which he is immediately going to release. Why don't you take them with you? And then he's going to look at the 4 of you and say, keep him safe. He needs you to protect him. Yeah, no. People cannot understand what you guys are saying. He's like, I knew you'd understand, Tropius. Helena would be so proud of you if you kept him safe. Yep. Oh. Oops. You... Oh no, don't cry! Little Timmy... Little Timmy is going to come over and give you a hug, Sean. Snowver... Yup. But you get a hug anyway. Hug, hug, hug. Okay. Sure. You do. Wow. 10-5-5. So Dan and Wex are trying to figure out what's going on with this Tropius. What did you roll again, Dan? And you got a 5? A 10, a 5, and a 5. Okay, so Dan, you understand that the Tropius is very sad. Clearly, in this case, yes, the Phantom. What did I just say? Brr. He's clearly very upset because he's now in a Pokeball for some reason, and he doesn't really understand what that means or how that happened to him. So you get the exact same thing. He's clearly very upset about having been caught in a Pokeball. And, like he must have just hatched or something. Yeah, something along those lines. Like he's clearly new to being a Pokemon, which can only mean he just hatched. Come on, friends! Let's all head over to the professor's. That way I can get my first Pokemon ever! Yay! I'll get my first Pokemon, and then the 4 of you, and this'll be awesome! Mm-hmm. Sean, he likes you. And as if on cue, you guys go into the Pokemon Tower with little Timmy. He asks to see the professor. And you guys are immediately escorted to an elevator, brought up to the 5th floor, and ushered into a laboratory. Did somebody just send me a... Yeah, send it to everybody in rules. Okay, never mind. Nick did it. Okay, so you guys are now going to be in the laboratory. Enjoy. So as you guys open up the doors and are brought into this lab, It is expansive, and there are so many strange devices kind of like strewn around, like up on shelves. There seem to be generators on the sides. As you walk farther in, it seems like there's, arbor studies and research going on, because there are literally trees growing out of the floor, and everything in this room seems to be hooked up to, computers and wires. And then you guys see a professor, dude in a lab coat with a, long pointy face, inside of a panel on this big machine over here. Hello? Who is it? Janice, is that you? Can you please hand me the wrench? Hello? Sure. He is relatively new to the scene. Oh, thank you, Janice. Looks up. Wait a minute. You're not Janice. How did you get in here? I thought I ghost-proofed in this room. Oh. Phantom. I don't know what that means. Hold on a second. Let me find my Poke Translatonator. Hi, Professor. What? Who is that? Oh, little Timmy, it's you. Who? Timmy or the Professor? There's how many Pokeballs do I have over there? 3. Okay. You have no idea what's in them. Yeah, he's gonna try to pet you. He's like, yes, little Timmy. How can I help you? Well, Professor Puffin Shrooms, I came here so I could get my first Pokemon ever. Yeah, he's literally going to look around at the menagerie of Pokemon that is all of you and say, "Your first Pokemon, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, my brother was supposed to come with me today, but now he can't. And that makes me really sad." It's like, "Oh, yes, I heard what happened to poor little Joey. But don't you worry, I mean, that was a very unexpected tragic accident that happened to him." Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun with that. There are some electronic things that kind of look like Pokedexes over here, but they're not really Pokedexes, Sean. Yeah. Yeah. You can't hear the sound of the bitterness coming out of Tropius. So, So Professor Puffinshrooms is going to wander over towards the table with the Pokeballs and see a crying Phantom, as little Timmy, kind of follows behind him, also seemingly a little dejected. So, Timmy, I have something to tell you. Unfortunately, I'm out of beginner Pokemon. What? Oh. What on earth am I going to do now? Where am I going to get a Pokemon so I can start my journey? Yeah. He's like, hold on. I mean, I don't have any starter Pokemon, but I have these advanced Pokemon that you could take. Oh, advanced? Oh, that would be great. And if JoJo was here, him and I would both get advanced Pokemon. And then we'd be the greatest trainers in the entire region. You know what, kid? Since your brother's not here, why don't you take 2 of them? Two advanced Pokemon? Yeah, no, anything to get them out of my head. I mean, to a trainer with clearly your level of skill, who's never caught a single Pokemon before and wants his very first Pokemon to actually be numbers 5 and 6. Anyway, here you go. And he's going to hand over 2 of these Pokeballs. And Timmy is going to look at them and say, wow, and immediately open them up. Have at it, you two. Everything I've just described. Haunter Delibird, you pop into a gigantic lab. Should look somewhat familiar to both of you. And you both should, at the very least, somewhat recognize Professor Puffinshrooms as the guy that ultimately caught you. Okay, so anything that is expensive looking has literally been bolted down to the ground. However, you can get some of these electronic thingies over here that look kind of like Pokedexes, but not. Everybody get a 3rd hero point for the session. Sure, roll your max. Tell it. You guys, three haven't been invoked thus far. It's good to assume you guys are probably going to get 6 by the end of each session. They're not hard to get. Oh, okay, so wherever you want on your sheet. They're going to go away at the end of the session, and then you convert them into bonuses, which that's what you need to keep track of. Yeah, I'll just tell you guys at the end how many you get. You don't need to... So Nick, you literally have launched an entire bookcase across the room. Sure. Laura, roll me an overcome. For you specifically, we're gonna go with hoarder. Status, hoarder, and awareness. Okay, so that is a 6. A lot of minor twists going on here, wow. Oh dear. Hold on. Yep, okay, so as you reach up and like, okay, what is it? These aren't... You like feel something, you're like, that's not a Pokeball. And you pull it down. It's a Delibird present, but it's not your present. Let me get my dice out. Always a good sign, right? You guys just need to... Okay. Congratulations, you have opened up a present, Delibird, and inside is a moonstone. Yours. Like, oh my gosh, can you get your Pokemon under control, little Timmy? Ah, when will this nonsense end? Yo, Prof! Oh, little Timmy! Oh, little... It's not Zatch Bell. No. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh character. I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh character with a punchable face. This came up. Like, little... Okay, God, private messages. What? Yep. Yeah, for this stage. Sorry, Dan. Very specific. Oh my God. Roll it. He's gonna be like, yo, Prof, what's going on in here? You told me to come back to get my Pokedex. Oh, look who's here, little Timmy. It's your neighbor who's been your rival since you were children. Let me see. I think he's my cousin's nephew's friend's former roommate twice removed. What was his name again? I'm literally leaving this to you guys. What do you want the rival's name to be? A single Pokeball on his waist and a necklace. Sonic OC Do Not Steal. Yep. Buddy Rabbit. I'll give you guys a few minutes to talk about this while I go get some water. Don't worry, guys. If you're assuming that I'm not doing that anyways, this would just stop me from doing that. What? Please type. All right, let's see how we go. Ah, yes, it's your rival since childhood. Scourge Omachow. He was here earlier to get his beginner Pokemon. Well, this is Kanto. Yeah. So Professor Puffinshrooms is gonna be like, so yeah, Scourge, you got your one Pokemon, and Timmy beginner Pokemon, and Timmy got his 2 advanced Pokemon. So everything is equal and balanced. What? That's totally not fair. Timmy, I challenge you to a Pokemon battle. And with that, he's gonna throw out his Pokemon. And yes, I copped out a little bit. No, it's just an Eevee. He got one Pokemon. Yeah, he's like, it's popping like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting! My first ever Pokemon battle. Are you ready? I can't wait. I'm gonna get so much experience. I'm gonna become a champion, and it's gonna be awesome. Who am I battling? Who am I gonna battle? And then little Timmy's like, all right, everybody, go get him! Okay, hold on. Time. I'll let you guys RP for 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna actually start turn order. Because this is your unofficial combat, this is your official combat tutorial. On the shelf there is something that looks like a collar. It's shiny and metal. Okay, so the Eevee is going to go first. Because of course it is. And it is... Yeah, Eevee uses Quick Attack and is going to attack Starfire. Kenzie, 5 damage. Yeah, I'm so quick. I'm going to be awesome. All right, and now because of that, Kenzie, I'm going to throw it over to you because you would be the obvious next choice. And I am going to mark that this Pokemon has already attacked with a snail. Okay. Oh. Okay, so you're using Psychic Fangs, so you have to use your fangs as your power. And describe what you're doing. How are you attacking? Oh my god. Gotcha. So, Kenzie... Yeah, so Kenzie, you're going to be rolling your green status die, which is a d6, plus your fangs, which is a d10, plus close combat, which is also a d10. This poor fucking thing. And because you're using Psychic Fangs, you use your max die. Congratulations, you have just dealt this thing 7 damage. Let's roll. Okay, so looks like the Eevee took a hit from that. Now, Kenzie, end of your turn. Who are you going to hand it off to? All right, and Kenzie, I'm going to mark you as having gone. Yeah. So in your sheet, just change your current HP, or you can keep track of it on your token. When Timmy takes you to a Pokemon Center. Yeah. Or if you're able to naturally heal on your own. Normally it's supposed to be end of scenes, but it's Pokemon. So, also, from this point onward, Timmy will tell you what the environment status is. So right now it is green. So, Starfire, who are you tossing the action over to? Sure. So, cold plus close combat plus your green status die. A 6? Does that use... Oh god, so this just becomes better and better. Okay. So it's a 6. Okay, it looks like Eevee takes the hit, but is able to dodge out of the way of most of that. Still hopping around. Who are you tossing it over to, Yule? All right, Phantom, what are you doing? So you're using Moral Dilemma. That's fine. You can choose not to do anything, or you can do something else in the room while this is happening. Sure. Yeah. I'm not even going to say you need to roll. Like, the Deli Bird has them in hand, but they're not really Pokedexes. They look a little weird. They're like, they look almost like books, and then there are also collars on this thing. Over here. Sure. So roll. You have no powers that can be translated over to something. So you're going to roll a technology plus... Yeah. You really wanted a mental power. How did you roll a 0? You have no idea what this thing is. Like, absolutely none. Or maybe you do, but it comes with a major twist. Okay, fair enough. Who are you passing the action on to now, Phantom? Tropius, it's your go. Okay, you can just... Are you trying to make Kenzie fight better or fight worse? But with the insult. You can yell at them to do a basic boost or hinder if you choose. All right, Wex. So your status die, where the hell are you? Plus bitterness, plus a D4. Because again, no mental stuff. You guys really killed yourselves with no mental powers. That D4. You can only use you can only use 2 qualities if you have the alien archetype. Very specifically. It lets you either roll 2 powers or 2 qualities, but you can't roll 1 of each. I know. Wait, did you... Oh crap, you did take alien. I need to look that up now. A 4 boost? Alright, good job. So, Kenzie, on your next action, you get a +2. Just remember that you have a +2 to whatever the outcome is of your roll. Hold on, now I need to read Alien. Laura, I'm sorry, it's not Alien. I was thinking of something else. Oh, God. Now that's going to bother me. I know there is something that says you have to roll 2 of the same, but I don't remember what it is now. I know none of you took it. Which, yeah. Alright, so who are you tossing the action over to now, X? Haunter. Are you actually typing what I think you were going to be typing and accessing what I think you're going to be accessing, or are you just... I'm confident I know what this is. Oh dear! You... Oh! I think agility plus technology plus your status. Oh, fuck. You are rolling 3d10s? Oh, Okay. So, Nick, congratulations. You have uploaded all that stuff, but the file that you have uploaded... Okay, I will permit it. However, important note here, guys, you cannot earn more than 1 hero point for the group per session. It's 1 per person per session. But that's fine. You may, in fact, use your principle of the gearhead. Okay, a 7, on the other hand, is... Actually, it's the same result. So the threshold range is 1 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11, and then 12 plus. Yeah. So you have posted. You notice immediately people start replying back like, "Oh gosh, yes, I can't believe it, he's back," and then the thing uploads, and people are like, "Huh, what's this?" And I don't think you know what you uploaded. You just know it looked important. We'll get to that later. Who are you tossing it to? There should be a little symbol over everybody. Can you guys see the little Delibird? Which thing? Oh. Okay, so you just get to do that. There's no roll needed. I'm not going to make you roll to shove that into a bag. No, not these. Oh dear God. Okay. That's your turn. Who are you kicking the action over to? Yes. Professor! He's just gonna like, what are you all doing here? Oh, where did I leave that thing? This is getting out of hand. And he's going to go over to a chest in this corner of the room, pull it open, and just start like rifling through stuff. And that's his turn. he's immediately going to, kick it over to little Timmy, who's just going to, like, cheer you guys on, and he's going to roll you a boost. Yeah! Go, Yule! Go, Starfire! Timmy's die pool of only D4s gives you both a +1. So Kenzie, you're at now a +3. On your next action, you get a +3 to your result. And finally, it is going to be Scourge's turn. He's just going to be like, come on, Evie, you can do it. And he's going to run forward and, like, reach into his bag and try to pull out a potion to heal Evie. Which he will do to recover. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about that. He's going to pull a potion out of his bag, try to run forward, and then trip on his feet because his shoelaces are tied together. Nick has... The Haunter has telekinesis. So he's on the ground. Now, everybody kindly clear the symbol off of you because it's the top of the order. At some point, I would also be triggering the environment, but in this case, it does not matter. So, so click on your token, and on the bottom symbol, the one that looks like a little circle, the one that is not a gear, open it up and just click on the highlighted symbol to get rid of it. Yeah. I'm just going to ask you guys to keep track of that now, just so we know when the turn order is over. That being said, he's going to have his Eevee go again. The Snover's not paying attention. I'm going to hit him. He's like, yeah, Eevee, use a tackle attack. Snover, take 3 damage. Oh, no. This poor thing. This poor thing. And then after that, since he just hit Snover, it's your turn. Sure, boost yourself. So roll fists plus... I'm going to go with fists plus fitness. Okay, so your mid die is 3, but you got a +1 from Timmy, making it a 4. So congratulations, you now have a +2 bonus that is exclusive and persistent, which means yes, unless it's countered, which it most likely won't be. Who are you kicking the action over to? And please mark you've gone. Sure. Yep. Close combat plus your choice of either fire or fang. I would recommend fang for more bitey action. 6. Yep. +3 to the final result. So just roll those 3 first. Okay, so the 6 is your mid die. Yep. So the 9 damage to her, which means I don't even roll for that, automatically degrades. And you get to attack a second target for 2 damage. Nope, second target. He's too far away. It's this is close combat. Your options are Yule. So this attack. No. Okay. So because of the ability you chose, it doesn't say you may attack a second target. It's attack one target using X. Attack a second target. You have to do both. So congratulations, Snover, you're getting chomped. And again, because typing matters, we're upgrading that die. So instead of it being min, it's also going to be mid. So you're taking 6 fire damage. Enjoy. Who are you kicking it over to, Starfire? Yeah, he's just gonna woot woot and whatnot and, keep cheering you guys on. And, wow, that gives absolutely no bonus. Okay. Little Timmy is now going to kick it over to Professor Puffinshrooms, who's like, here it is! And he pulls out what looks like a giant laser bazooka. He's like, this should work, and he starts flipping a bunch of switches and whatnot on the bazooka. He's like, stop messing up my lab! And now he is going to kick it over to... Let's see. Let's go to Phantump. Ooh, interesting. You may attempt to make an overcome action using intangible. Yes, exactly that. Oh. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so Sean, you've pressed a few buttons. It looks like it's trying to deactivate, and Puffinshrooms is not happy. He's trying to wave his arm. Get off of this! Go, go, go! And now it's... What are you doing, Haunter? I'm going to assume that the computer mic is on. He has round. Yep, okay, so I'm gonna go with illusion plus creativity plus your status. Motherfucker. Everybody gets a +3. Delibird. So, Gadget is normally using them. I will let you roll awareness. Oh, you don't have technology. So that's a D4. So, yeah, Gadget's technology and status. You do get a +3 to your final outcome. Okay, it completely succeeds, so you want to know what this thing does. Okay, so along the side of this thing, it says Poké-inator in big, bold letters. As far as what exactly it does, it looks like it's some kind of weird containment, Pokemon, like, wrangling gun. Like a Pokeball without the ball is what you would almost guess. Really? That would be it. Oh, actually, privately to you, Delibird. Importantly, okay. Tropius, you go. The other Pokemon trainer, he's going to go and sit on him. Yeah. What is this Tropius saying to me? Yeah. So you choose to sit on his body. You end up sitting on his head. He's trying to shout. Your entire body is reverberating. Izzy, help me! With that, I'm going to toss it over to Professor Puffinshrooms. He's going to be like, finally! He's going to quickly reflip all the switches on his gun, and he's like, get away from my stuff! And pull the trigger. The round has reset, yes. I thought this was going to be so easy. You guys were just going to beat down the Eevee in like one turn. So Puffinshrooms is going to pull the trigger on this giant bazooka thing. And it's going to start whirring and humming and just be like... And he's going to look at it and just be like, huh, it's not supposed to do that. And a red energy, similar to what you guys would see in when you were, called back to a Pokeball, is going to shoot out of the cannon before the gun pretty much explodes. Bless you. Delibird, Phantump, and Puffinshrooms, please take 3 damage each as the gun explodes. And as you're all surrounded by this red energy, you guys are going to notice kind of a weird thing. First off, there's going to be a red line that runs from the Eevee up under Tropius's butt to where Scourge is. And then there's also going to be a red line that runs from all of you towards Timmy, right by his midsection. And Professor Puffinshrooms is going to have a red line drawn from, you know, his center chest to one of his pockets. And in a blinding flash, the entire room goes red, and then everything is just going to go back, reset back to a normal color. Puffinshrooms is on his ass with the smoking scrap of a gun next to him. Phantom and Delibird, you guys have been kind of like pushed up against the table, and everybody else is just kind of like blinded and blinking stars out of their eyes. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. After Puffinshrooms, I am going to toss it over to Delibird. Just application for your backstory, lore. And now it is a... It's not. It's now black and charred. So what would you like to do? It is your turn. Oh. Yeah, no. No, don't pour water on it. It's just going to... He's going to put his hands on it and get electrocuted. Okay. Who are you going to toss it over to, Delibird? Tropius? Yes. Okay. You're sticking your head down a human's pants. It's on his belt, like, you know, the way Ash would have it. Make me an overcome. That is a... Yep, D4, Pokemon lore and status. You are garbage at this because you have no fingers. It has not come around to Haunter's turn yet, so yes. Yep, no, that's why you guys picking the order is important for abilities like that. It actually completely seeds. Yes, you do. Yeah, so combat time is now over. He's just going to be like, huh, you cheated, Timmy. Cheaters like you are never going to get ahead. He's just going to look at the Tropius, grab the Pokeball, and say, I'm out of here. Smell you later. Well, couple of months. This is your life, Wex. Roll bitterness. No, I'm just kidding. Oh. It's been in Delibird's sack for quite a while. Oh. Also flying Pokemon. Okay, I'll come back to the two of you. Hold on a minute. Sean, private message for you. Nick, what were you saying to little Timmy? Oh, thanks! The phone. He stole the professor's phone. Okay, so as that's happening, the professor's just be like, give that back! He's like, I'm forgetting something, right? Oh, yeah! It's my phone! So I'm gonna say Tropius is heading out an open window. I'm going to come back to you two for a second because this is actually important. Guys, we won our first Pokemon battle! Yay! And now that I've got my first Pokemon, we're gonna make an awesome team together. We're gonna go and we're gonna fight a bunch of gym battles and be awesome together. And he's gonna hug all of you except for the Tropius and the Delibird who have gone out the window. He's gonna try. He's gonna fail. So he falls. He doesn't mind. He just grabs onto Yule and Starfire and helps himself back up. Now, this is important. As the Tropius is flying out into the stratosphere with the Delibird, you guys are flying, you're flying, you're flying. Then suddenly, Wex, boing. You're like 50 feet above the tower, and suddenly you and Delibird are surrounded by a red energy, and it feels as though you're trying to fly a little bit higher, but like a rubber band is pulling you back. And as you both turn, you see a red line of energy going back towards the tower. You're going to rebound ever so slightly, but yeah, you're going to get brought back to Timmy. It's not like it's hard or forceful or anything. Think of it like a magnet. But the farther away you get, the more pull it has on you. The closer you get, but it's still going to guide you back. And when you're not at the extremes, you guys don't glow. Nope. Nope. That has never happened. I will point out, from not 5 minutes earlier, you were surrounded by the exact same color light with the... I know your principle. I'm saying this for Wex's benefit. It definitely smells like some kind of fruit. Yeah, you regret that decision. Oh, right. Okay, it's time for you to go start your journey in the Pokemon world. Now, what was I... Oh, right, he's going to reach into his pocket and pull out what looks kind of like a Pokedex. Here! And Timmy's going to be like, look, Starfire, my very first Pokedex! What was that? Yes, you still have one. It does not look like a Pokedex. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna say no because you're literally about to get the explanation. Yeah. He's like, no! No! It is not a Pokedex! I don't believe this! It's been, what, 8 generations in that idiot Oak's researches where he makes all the kids that walk through do the research for him is still being called out on? No! This is 100 times better than that. This is a Pokepedia. My own creation. You point it at a Pokemon, and it tells you everything you will ever need to know about the Pokemon, recorded in my own lovely voice. Oak had the Pokedexes actually do research on the Pokemon while they were scanning them. Mine already has all the information you'll ever need right there in your hand. Oh boy, little Timmy's just gonna clap his hands and be all happy. Thank you, Professor. One of these days, somebody will recognize my true genius for all the inventions I've created. That's why I'm taking a professorship over in Lierto. They seem to need a Pokemon professor over there, and I'm one of the few applicants. It'd be so much better getting out of this dingy town. Speaking of which, you all should get going. I need to, pack. He's going to point it at you, and it's going to say, Delibird! The Santa Bird Pokemon! It gives presents to nice girls and boys every Christmas, and leaves them under a Yuletide Christmas tree. Thank you. Now get out of here! He's looking at you. What? He's... Yeah, it's your Pokeball. He's going to put it right back into his pocket, burying it into the bottom of his backpack where you have no chance of ever reaching it. I wonder what the Tropius is trying to say. Pulls out Pokepedia, points at him. Tropius, the banana-headed Pokemon. Its head is like fruit. It likes to eat berries. It has large wings. It is colored both green and brown. That's all the observations I have for today. Call back later. Those are shelves with books and stuff on them. Okay, yeah, you've got a couple of coins. Mostly what's in that bag are like socks and crap. It's mostly just clothes. Oh. Oh, no, those are staying in the bag. Those you have to roll for at penalty to get rid of. Yeah. It is a rock. Yeah, Timmy's going to pet Starfire because clearly showing love and affection the way a good Growlithe does. As you pantomime, Dan, he's just going to, like, give you a sock. Yeah, there are a couple of berries in the trees. No roll needed. Come on, everybody! We gotta get going! So as he heads out, despite it being a much shorter distance, everybody's going to feel like that red rubber banding thing that I was telling it about. So yeah, out of game mechanics, this is going to be like a amorphous energy field. Which, if you guys want to, you know, have more of a clear understanding on it, you can do research or other stuff on it later on. But what you guys are going to get for the here and now is, if you ever wander too far off, it's going to, you know, affect you, but the range varies. And you're not sure what makes it vary. as you guys are heading out of here, Professor Puffinshrimps is going to be like, ah, thank goodness, peace and quiet. Bye, Timmy. Bye, all of your Pokemon. Oh. Hey, Timmy. You left one of your Pokemon back here. Timmy. Timmy, you left this Pachirisu here. Timmy? Well, what the heck is a Pachirisu doing in here? The Pachirisu that just came in through the window puts on a hat. Parry the Pachirisu! I'm not answering that question right now, but maybe. You just, as you guys close the door, you hear, Pachirisu! And that model took me a while to color in. It's a 3D model Wash sent me. With a hat on? Okay. Everybody, you should have your icons. Yeah, you guys can be healed up from berries. So little Timmy is going to be heading away, and fuck, I need to, sorry, I need to go back into the thing to copy over this guy. Timmy, so as you guys are heading back towards Timmy's house, the Scourge is going to walk past you guys and say, "You're a cheater, Timmy. But I'm not going to have to deal with you anymore. I'm heading over to Lierto. I got myself a one-way trip to being a champion. Smell you later, losers." And he's just going to... Falls on his face. Smack. I hate that stupid ghost Pokemon. Oh, all right. All of you wait out. Oh, so all of you wait out here for a little bit. I'm going to run to the Pokemart because Dad told me to give me some money to buy some stuff for our journey ahead. I'll see you guys. Fuck, I don't have an interior for the Pokemart. So, you can do that. So as you do that, you're actually going to see someone over here in near Timmy's house going through the trash. This person. Oh, where could this be? Where could this be? And eventually little Timmy is going to come out and just be like, all right, we're all set for our journey. Let's go, everybody. I know the closest gym is probably down south. And now you... Oh, Timmy! What brings you out here? Can you see... Can everybody see her nameplate? Oh. Hi, Angelica. So, for Starfire and Yule, Angelica is the next-door neighbor who loves spending time with Timmy and fawning over him. Oh, Timmy, it's so great. You got your starter Pokemon? Yeah, look at them all. I got my first Pokemon I got my first Pokemon, which was a Haunter and a Delibird. After I already had Starfire, Yule, Phantump, and the Tropius with me. As you guys are all watching the two of them talk, the trash is going to rumble. Timmy's trash. Gotcha. So yeah, the trash is going to rumble for a split second, and then you guys are going to see this. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, Starfire! Bad! Get off of Cynthia! Cynthia, what did you bring me? And in this little Trubbish's hands is a pair of, like, old, dirty, briefs. Yep. Why does your Trubbish have a pair of my old underwear? Jackpot. And she's... You're gonna... So, as they light on fire, like, she throws him down and starts immediately trying to pat them out. Timmy is just kind of watching this, and his eyes immediately go back over to the Trubbish, who's waving its hand with a piece of paper in its hand. Something that, Yule had thrown out earlier. Okay, you can... On Angelica or on Cynthia? Go for... And then just... Yes? Yep, you guys... Oh dear, okay. So Wex, as you're eating those berries, the Snover comes over to help fix them and freezes them. So So Timmy is also looking at it, and there's a bunch of, like, important document stuff, like letters to the previous champion, that can't be important, and a ticket to board the ship to go to Lierto. Which Timmy sees it as like, oh, yes! A ticket! You hear that, everybody? We're going to go to Lierto and we're going to become the new champions! The first ever champions! And Angelica and Cynthia are going to try to say something, but they're both paralyzed. He is a... Well, paralyzed, the Trubbish is going to be like, yeah, I'm so happy for you. Why can't I feel my arms? The Trubbish or the cans of garbage? The cans are... The cans of garbage are still there. The Trubbish is sitting on top of them. Thank you! This is so nice and warm. Someone should come in here and play with me. It rolls away. Yes. What are you doing? Cynthia! No, why? Oh, good riddance. Those two were really creeping me out. They had my underwear. Ugh. So yeah, they're rolling away. They're rolling away again! Yep. Oh, crap. You're all due. Freedom! Come on, everybody, let's go! Oh, you'll all be happy to know I stocked up while I was at the Pokémon for all of you. Isn't it going to be great? And he's going to open up his bag and show you all what he bought. So in lieu of buying potions or Pokeballs, he bought the deluxe edition puffin making set. Yeah, like, Delibird has all the useful shit that was in Timmy's bag at this point. They've already rolled away. And they're still paralyzed. Sure. Sure. Alright. So, weird thing about Lavender Town, you do find some berries, but they kind of look almost sickly. As though, like, like, probably really good for ghosts. You're not sure about everybody else. Come on, everybody. We've got to get to the boat. It says it's leaving in soon. I'm going to go finish packing. That is accurate. Alright, so you guys have a little bit of RP time if you want, or we can jump right over to you guys getting on the boat. Yeah, we're going to end in 15. I'm just going to... I'll take you guys to the boat, and I will just give you the preamble to it, if that works. So as you guys are heading out of Lavender Town onto the boat, you're going to notice that there is a Officer Jenny out front who is saying, "All right, last boat to Lierto. Everybody, hurry up." Yeah, no, there's an Arcanine there that is, like, gives Starfire, like, a, kind of like a little nod, but, like, clearly isn't, like, moving from the Officer Jenny's side. As the... Yeah, no. Officer Jenny's and their Pokemon are going to be very much straight-laced. Last boat for Lierto. And you guys will be, getting onto the boat. As you guys get on here, this is going to be mostly where I'm cutting, but throughout the entire boat. And as you're getting on this thing, it's not so much a boat. It looks kind of like a giant Gyarados-shaped submarine. And there's going to be a bunch of TVs, like if any of you have ever been on a cruise before, every, 5 feet, or so if you look up, you'll always see a TV. There's going to be a safety broadcast playing on loop. And it's going to feature a man in a very nice business outfit. Let me pull him out so you guys can get a peek at him. This guy. And he's standing in front of the ship on the monitor. And it's obviously a pre-recorded message. He's like, "Hello, trainers, and welcome to the Ship of Dreams. My name is Harold Batts," and underneath him, the ticker tape is going to say his name, "and I'm the CEO of Fleet Industries." And then the ticker tape is going to static for a second, and his name is going to change to Harry Balls. You've been in that fucking Pokeball for 3 years. Hi, everybody. This is Harold Batts, CEO of Fleet Industries, where we're trying to bring modern day to you. For those of you who are heading to Lierto for the first time, don't worry. All the horrible rumors you have heard about Lierto, about how it's where criminals go to retire, and how people of the most unsavory nature are there and have lived there for years, is just a myth. We're turning it into a brand new region which everybody can go and enjoy. We're going to have vacation destination spots, we're going to have all natural hot springs, and of course we're going to have sustainable food. And of course, to kick it all off, we're going to have the first ever Lierto Pokemon Championship. So for those of you out there who want to throw your hat in the ring to join the Pokemon Championship tournament, all you need to do is go across the region and collect at least 4 gym badges. And if you can successfully do that, you'll be automatically entered into the Pokemon League tournament, where you'll face off against your fellow trainers to see who can be the best. And then, one lucky finalist will have the chance to face off against our nominated Pokemon champion, selected by all you voters out there. Meet the one, the only, Max Champ. And this guy is gonna pop up and he's just been like, "I am the Pokemon champion of Lierto, and now I'm gonna win. I am going to win that title properly. So if anybody thinks they have the stuff to come up against Max Champ, well, you know where to find me, waiting there at the end of the. There's no Elite Four here. There's no Elite Four here. I'm just gonna be waiting for you in a room that's gonna be boarded up until you can beat everybody else. Because I'm that good. Why, you know me. I'm good old Max Champ. Hold on a second. Fuck my notes. I wrestled a Max Champ once into submission. I'm swifter than a Greninja. Float like a Butterfree, sting like a Beedrill. I am so strong and so powerful, I gave myself a bigger headache than a Psyduck once. Took more Advil. I poured more Advil down my throat than the Psyduck before I felt better. Thank you, Max. Anyway, to all you trainers out there, good luck and welcome to Lierto. No, that's clearly Max Champ. Just so you know. Oh, don't worry about it, Banana Head. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Banana Head. Come on. We gotta go and find our room. This is gonna be so much fun. Tropius, Tropius, Tropius. Okay. With that... Are you using... Are you using a ability, or are you just freezing his head? Congratulations, Tropius. Your head has been frozen. You guys now have an unconscious Tropius in the hallway with you. Okay, so I mean, yeah, it's anything that you feel is core to your character, and again, based off of how you phrase stuff, Sean, you can pretty much invoke anything. Like, let me. Amnesia you could have done a few times. Undead, yeah, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Anyway, so that is session. I hope you all had a good time. So, for the record, everybody, you have gained 4 hero points. Okay, so right now you guys can convert those into exclusive bonuses, which you can just mark somewhere on your sheet. You can spend them at any point during the campaign, but they are one and done, and you have to declare you're using them before you roll. You have a total of 4 hero points. So what you can do is you can turn that into 1 plus 4. And whenever you use these hero points, you can just say it's 4x. And so for Nick, if you want to say one of these bonuses counts as having access to the phone for when you make a technology roll at a future point, you can just declare that, and you'll get the bonus for the first roll. And then for the next of them, you'll always have that phone, but it just won't provide a further bonus. Well, this is how it works. You could just put them down as bonuses underneath qualities or something. Literally, just put hero point bonuses or something like that, and you get to pick how you want to break it up. So you got a total of 4 hero points in this session. So you can have 1 plus 4, or you can divvy it up. You could have a plus 2 and a plus 1 and a plus 1. So you have 3 bonuses that can be used separately. You have to decide that now. No. It's a generic bonus you can use whenever you want, and when you use it, if you're declaring it's, useful for something, or an item is showing up, or, So, Lore, whenever you're doing this, if you want to use this bonus for something you're pulling out of your sack, it's just how it works. You're getting a bonus for that item for the first time you're using it, and then it's just there. It's okay. That is a good thing to have. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No. You don't have to know. Again, you can turn these into 4 plus 1s, or you could have just 1 plus. You can split up however you want. And it's literally just a bonus for your rolls. Because remember, guys, the threshold, the difference between like a failure with a major twist and a full success is a 3 to an 8 effectively. So like a +4 can get you from the bottom of one thing into the next zone. Yeah. No. Again, it's whatever you want. This is a new system. We're all kind of learning and figuring out what's what. Also, I'm going to make a quick... I did not make a question, text chat. I will fix that. Alright, so we now have a question chat. The question. Does everybody see that? Okay, and for this, I made a question, text chat. Alright, so because this game, I'm like, as far as character advancement goes, if you guys want to swap out powers or qualities or abilities, you may do that between sessions as long as you guys, keep to the same archetypes, power source, background, etc. Just run it by me. That's one of the reasons why I marked where you got the source of all your stuff from. So you just make a 1-for-1 swap, and any abilities, like let's say, Nick, you have flight. Let's say you want to swap flight out for ice for some reason, or cold. Anything that any abilities you have that would use flight become ice abilities. So the dice stays the same. If you guys want to rebuild more than that, we actually have to talk and do a full rebuild. But that's how this is set up. So if you want to learn a new ability from either a TM or something, or through leveling up and justify it, you can, opt out of your, powers and stuff. Just give me a heads up on that. Again, yeah. All good. So, anyway, the question. I'm always going to ask the same 3 questions because there's no real giving points or anything. But it's, what did you learn? What do you want to know more about? And where do you think this is going? Either or, just specify. If you guys could, if you guys do verbal, that's fine. I'll go around. But I would ultimately like these typed up just so I can have the notes to go back and look at what's going on. So, since there are 6 of you, I'm going to be going by your Pokemon names in alphabetical order, and I'm going to roll a d6 to see who goes first. So first up, number 6, Tropius. Fair. Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you, Tropius. Oh, do you have more? Interesting. Very well. Thank you. Next up, to Kenzie, Growlith, or are you? If you're still typing, I could just jump over to Sean. I mean, I would like it to all be typed and read. So, you know what? Sean, you typed fast. You're next. Very fair assessments. Thank you. All right, Nick, you're next up on the typey list. Fair. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Fair. Fair. Thank you for that. All right, let's jump over to Snova. Fair. Okay. Fair enough. We already did Wex. So, Growlith. I love your phrasing as his dad got him for you. That's what you said. It is the right phrasing. Fair. Alrighty. Next up we have Delibird. This is true. This is fair. Very fair. Alrighty. Well, I would award points at this point, guys, but there's nothing you guys can spend points on. Yeah, versus... That's not true. Your team leader is going to clearly be Timmy. Of all the Pokemon trainers that are in control of you guys, he is the most competent. I'm... But you don't care. Again, I don't think this went too dark too fast, guys, but you guys can clearly see some rot showing through. Swing and a miss. You are so close it's not funny, but yet you're missing like 3 key details, which make him the most bitter of boys. I mean, you guys... yeah, I have no problem with you guys making guesses. I'm asking everybody not to confirm or deny, because I have blended your stuff together in a lovely way, which is taking it to depths that none of you ever could have anticipated. Yeah, most Ghost Pokemon have fucked up backstories. Also, Nick, stop flying around in water. Fleet Industries. Oh, which reminds me, real quick, Side note, everybody's still here, right? As the ship is setting sail, you guys are looking out the windows, and this thing starts to dive. You're noticing that you're passing through some kind of stone reef that it looks like a natural barrier as this thing dives underwater, and underwater there appear to be like a bunch of currents and monsoons, and this ship is literally going to be buckling as it's traveling. And the captain will be telling you guys that there is one safe spot that we can get through to the region, and it's only at this exact time during low tide. And looking out the windows for the whole thing, there is no way to fly to this region. There's no way to fly out of this region because of storm clouds and like hurricane winds constantly circling it. There's a natural reef barrier, and there's no way to dive under it. This place is literally secluded from the world. No, you can't. If you want to try to... Nick, if you want to attempt to sabotage the engines, I may or may not be throwing a massive penalty at you. You can still succeed with a major twist! Lore, I'm going to put that into memorable quotes so at the end of this game you can look back on this. Yep. Yes, no, I know. I did not have to mine very hard to find fun stuff to throw at you guys. Alright, see next week. As you should be. As you should be. I'm not telling you what again, there was some stuff I had to scrap. There was other stuff I kept. I'm not telling you what you're going to have to play and find out. Fair enough. All right. Well, Pokemon, say goodbye, good night to the recording. Timmy.